niyo ba na may kilala akong isang theories na may eksperimento tungkol sa daga? Ito pa nga yung isa, oh. At kilala niyo ba siya? Ako, kilala ko siya. Siya si B.F. Skinner. Pero ano nga ba ang nasa likod ni B.F. Skinner? At paano niya naisip ang kanyang theory?
Di ko alam kung alam nila, pero alam ko at siguro alam mo na alam ko. Good morning, I am Bruce Frederick Skinner, also known as B.F. Skinner, and my life work has been dedicated to understanding behavior, not thoughts, not feelings, but the actions we can observe, measure, and predict. I was born on 1904 in a quiet town in Pennsylvania. My parents were strict and believed that every action should have a consequence, a lesson that stayed with me all my life. Even as a boy, I loved building machines and testing how things work. I suppose I have always believed that everything, even behavior, follows a certain design. At first, I wanted to be a writer and explore human nature, truth stories, but I soon realized that guessing about emotions could not explain why people behave the way they do, so I turned to science. During my studies at Harvard University, I began experimenting with animals, mystery rats, and penguins. I noticed something simple yet powerful. Their behavior changed depending on what followed it. A reward made them repeat the action, a punishment made them stop. It was when I built a skinny box chamber where I could observe these behaviors more closely. Through this, I discovered the operant conditioning idea that behavior is shaped by its consequences.
Did you guys heard that? Sino ba nagsasalita? Wala naman ako naririnig na nagsasalita. Sino ba yun? Oh, nandyan ka pala. Kanina ka pa ba dyan? And I heard it, right? You're B.F. Skinner. The great B.F. Skinner? I'm a fan! I'm a fan! I'm a fan! Pero, let me cut to this. Bakit ka nga ba nandito?
Today, we'll show you how to experiment first look out for subjects, learning in different ways, watch closely, and you see how every action, even yours, is guided by reward and consequence.
Wait. I have something in my pocket that can give us the guidelines throughout our plan. Wait, I will find it.
Basic finding in her pocket, let me just give you a hint. Today, we delve into the practical application of operant conditioning. Our focus is shaping behavior through sport and schedules.
Nahanap ko na! Positive reinforcement.
Now, look at my Skinner box. We begin with the most common used schedule, positive reinforcement, the process of adding a set of stimulus, our primary enforcer being the good dealer, it is the likelihood of the receiving behavior, especially with Lloyd variable ratio schedule, which is a low generates and the highest and most favorite response rates.
OMG! Is that a button? Should I press it? OMG! Is that a food?
What's going on? I need to see what they are doing.
As you can observe, in objects 1 and 2, the behavior was swiftly acquired and is being maintained at high frequency. The organisms are now compelled to engage with the apparatus of a persistent basis to attain the necessary resources. excellent compliance. Now, let's examine some nuances of negative reinforcement.
Seems like I can understand it really well. Pwede bang may mag-explain sa akin? Or kaya nyo ba i-explain sa akin? Siguro hindi, no? Sige, hanap na lang ako na pwedeng mag-explain sa akin.
Ano ba yun? Ako pa rin mag-i-explain. Well, it's okay. Well, positive reinforcement is when you add something good immediately after a behavior, which makes that behavior more likely to happen again in the future. It is the most effective way to teach new skills or encourage good habits because you're focusing on rewarding success and not dwelling on failure. It is like this. Your brain sees the behavior and a reward appears. Well, your brain says, hey, I like that. I'm doing that again.
Our second quadrant is negative reinforcement. This is removing an adversive stimulus to increase the frequency of the behavior. The subjects learn to manipulate their environment to escape a noxious sensation. Mouse's liver pressing behavior was negatively reinforced. The loud, annoying buzzing sound was the aversive stimulus. When the mouse one pressed the lever, the behavior, the unpleasant sound immediately stopped the removal of the aversive stimulus. Because the behavior led to the escape from the discomfort, the mouse is now more likely to press the lever again in the future when the aversive stimulus is present. This is a clear case of escape learning.
Ano daw? Hindi ko na naman maintindihan. Paano na to? Sino na mag-explain sa akin?
Ako alam ko nahihilo pa ako, palawak pa ha. But think of negative just like a minus sign. It means you take away something. And reinforcement means that the behavior is going to happen more often. So negative reinforcement means that you take away something bad, and then because of it, the behavior happens more often. A simple example would be, imagine that you have a pounding headache. The pounding headache would be the aversive stimulus. You take an aspirin. The aspirin would be the behavior. The pounding headache goes away. So the next time you have a pounding headache, you'll be more likely to take aspirin because taking it got rid of the pain.
Now, we shift our focus to punishment, a process designed to decrease or suppress unwanted behavior. Our first example is positive punishment, where we add something unpleasant immediately after undesirable action.
Don't be too scared. It's nothing. It's just coincidence. I will not listen. Maybe I will.
As we can see, the aversive stimulus, the loud sound, and bright light successfully suppress the aggressive behavior. Subject 3 quickly learned that certain actions lead to unpleasant consequences. This is the essence of the positive punishment, adding something bad to stop something bad.
Alam niyo ba na alam ko na at gets ko na kung ano ang positive punishment. But it's too boring if I will be the one who's going to explain it. So,
Well, daming excuse na. Hindi mo na nagigets eh. Positive punishment, it is an easy concept to grasp. If you remember, positive is to add something and punishment is to decrease the behavior. It works by adding something or by adding unpleasant consequences immediately after the behavior occurs or unpleasant behavior occurs, making the behavior less likely to be repeated in the future. For example, if the dog jumped on the furniture, that's an unpleasant behavior. And then you spray water, that's an unpleasant consequences. And the goal is to make the dog stop jumping on the furniture.
Our final quadrant is negative punishment or response cause. Here, we remove a desirable stimulus following undesirable behavior. The goal is the same behavior suppression, but the method is subtler.
I love my food, but I think it's not enough. But I saw something. Looks delicious. I'm in so much pain. Life is so unfair.
The removal of the primary reinforcer or cause resulted in immediate behavioral suppression. Subject 4, who previously demonstrated aggressive foraging, is now exhibiting a state of extreme behavior inertia, validating the power of omission.
Negative punishment is a method used to decrease the likelihood of unwanted behavior to happen again by removing undesirable stimulus immediately following that behavior. Think of it as taking something good away to make the bad behavior stop. For example, a child misses their curfew, which is the unwanted behavior. Their parents might take away their phone or their car privilege for a week, which is the removal of the desirable stimulus. This is intended to make the teenager less likely to miss their curfew again in the future. The term negative here simply means removing something away or subtracting something.
Wow! Natapos natin. May naintindihan ba kayo? Kung oo, ano nga ulit ang 4 key components of operant conditioning? Ako alam ko. Ako na. Kaya ko na to. Positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, positive punishment, and negative punishment. At kung natutulan nyo yon, may gusto ka pa bang sabihin, B.F. Skinner?
We have observed all 4 key components of operant conditioning. Combining this dictates the consequences, and the consequences dictates the behavior, whether it is the adding a reward, removing a discomfort, adding a penalty, or removing a privilege. The outcome is the same. The subject learns a contingency, and while the scientific principles are sound, the mice are also quite certain that they deserve a pizza party after all this time. Thank you.